This is the second interview we hold with Darya, and this time together with Mihail, with Mike, and Steve. Could you start?
Yeah, good evening, everybody. Good
Hi,
evening,
everyone.
Earthlings.
Hey, how's everybody doing?
Yes, good evening. All right.
So,
Nice to
glad
have
that,
everyone
everybody-
together this time. It's really, really cool. Thank you,
what
guys.
was that? What was that?
Nice to have everyone together this time.
Okay, so it's beautiful to have everybody together this time. We want to talk about the war that's going on in Ukraine and how we can get the people that are listening to this and involved. And ultimately, we set intentions that all of this is going towards peace in Ukraine, peace all throughout the world. And yes, it's messy, and it will continue to be messy. But our ultimate goal is peace all throughout the world.
Thank you, Steve, very much.
Okay, as a beginning, Mihail, could you tell us about what's been happening on the ground? The last time we spoke was 2 weeks ago, and we are more than, we're very interested. Excited is the wrong word in this case, but to hear what's been happening around you in Ukraine.
Well, the situation on the front is not very much different. We've been discussed last time. That is because of certain occasions. First of all, we have very long distances in Ukraine, and those distances on very those very without forests, very plain territory, and so it's very difficult to attack for Russian troops. And nowadays it's not about battling of troops, it's about attacking of artillery. And we have of course a lot of people lost, but nevertheless the enemy for 2 weeks, and we suppose that this will be the same for the next 2 weeks, until we will collect our forces, our weapons we've or already got on our borders just several days ago. And but the main problem of the region, of course, it's about refugees. The front line is about 20 kilometers from Zaporizhia, hard battling, and we now sometimes hear the sound of the cannons. A lot of wounded people, a lot of refugees. For the last time, we have now in Zaporizhia about 150,000 refugees from Donbass, from Mariupol region, from Donbass in general. So a lot of people who need just humanitarian help. And this war, it's just another, I can say, proof of humanity for different parts of our society, of Ukrainian society, and it's a proof of humanity for European and in general the world society, and the attitude of the world to this war. And so Ukrainians can say only great words, help, thank for our asking for help. And nowadays, if we have stand by for 2 weeks more, I think that Ukrainian troops will have the opportunity to begin the attacking some attacks on the front, and we are looking for how our army will return our land, because a lot of death, a lot of criminal there, a lot the Russians change on in our cities, towns, villages. They change Ukrainian flags to Soviet flags. You see, is just something from our past, from 30 years ago.
A quick question, two things. You said artillery. Could you explain to a regular viewer what artillery is? Because you said the fights are mostly based on artillery. That's the first question. And the second question is, how about the front line? Because I think the front line, at least in the north, is moving in favor of the Ukrainians. But in your city, it seems like it's a stalemate, right? So it's not changing. Those two questions.
Okay. When we speak about artillery, we have to mention that there are two types of, in general, of army artillery. Usual artillery, it's the length of the gun is about 3 meters. If the gun have a length of about 3 meters, 3.5, it will be a howitzer. And so, yeah, Ukraine was waiting for howitzers M777, well known in the world. It's the main howitzer of US Army, and they were modernized those weapons, and now we are looking for how Ukrainian troops now got necessary knowledge how to use them and how to operate them, and we have some notices from the front line that in Kharkov region already Ukrainian troops used those equipment in battle.
I read that Germany is sending 7 Haubitze. I read it this week to Ukraine.
But you see, when US sent about 77 or about 80 devices, 7 those cars from Germany, we have moved howitzer, if I'm not taken, moving.
Yes.
Yeah,
on the picture it was a tank. Yeah.
Yeah, and American, they need a car.
Okay. Yeah.
Extra car. Yeah, small military differences. And if we have enough bullets for those guns, we will have the real opportunity, and we'll have the fire strength enough to attack Russian troops, because nowadays it's about 95,000 of enemies here. 95,000.
95,000 Russian troops.
Yes.
Now last time it was 10,000. Yeah.
No. Last time it was on the 24th of February when they began this war. It was about 180, and we now, I can say, deleted half an army. I mean, those who were killed and those who were wounded, but it's about 60,000 people. And that's why Russians don't have enough people to reorganize their troops.
Are you talking just about your region or all of Ukraine?
No, all over Ukraine. You see, it's a very big theater of battle, of war. And it concludes Kharkov region, it's Donbas region, and the south region, it's from Kherson to Zaporizhia. But this location, we have very great distances from, not very great, of course, from Zaporizhia to Kharkov, it's about 220 kilometers. And so from Zaporizhia to Donbas is also 220 kilometers. Zaporizhia is in the center. And to Kherson is the same distance, 300 kilometers to the south.